we're still in that sort of winter solstice zone, and we're in that kind of darkest time of the year zone. So whether you're watching this live with me or whether you're watching this off the recording later, it's that time where it's dark and it's cold. And for some people, the solstice is all about sort of turning towards the new light of the new year and the hope that the days will start to grow longer again soon. But for me, there's something really nice about just allowing yourself to be in that slow, cold, dark time of the year without needing to rush on to the next thing, just being in a bit of a pause. And hopefully over this holiday period, you will get a chance at some point to take a pause and not be running around all the time. So for today, let's cultivate an intention of just being in a space of pause, being in a space of inwardness. So sit any way that's comfortable for you on the floor. I find sitting on a block or a cushion sometimes helps my hips not to be too stiff. If this cross-legged position doesn't work for you, you could have your legs straight out, or in any other position that feels comfortable. And I want to start just with some deep breaths. Place your hands on your belly. Close your eyes if that's comfortable. Breathe in through your nose, letting your belly relax. And then breathe out through your nose and pull your belly in a little. So deep breath in, belly relaxes. Long breath out, belly pulls in. One more just like that. And let's wake up some of our breath capacity at the sides. Either take your hands onto your side ribs like this, or cross your hands over the front, resting your hands on the side. Whatever feels more comfortable for your shoulders, either like this or like this, but feeling the sides of your rib cage. Now breathe in through your nose and feel the sides of your rib cage expand. And then breathe out through your nose. Feel how the sides of your rib cage narrow. Inhaling, expanding your ribs. Exhaling, your ribs gather in. Stay with that practice for a few more breaths. And then let your hands relax, but keep breathing deeply through the whole class. Ideally in and out through your nose if your nose isn't blocked right now. Let's do some wrist stretches next. Stretch out your right leg to the side and have your left foot in front. Or if that doesn't feel comfortable, do something different with your legs. Then stretch out your right hand in front so the palm is spread out, palm is facing forwards. Inhale and hold onto your little finger with the other hand. Exhale, gently stretch your little finger backwards towards you. Hold on to the ring finger, just your ring finger. Deep breath in. Exhale, stretching your ring finger back. Holding onto your middle finger, deep breath in, spreading your fingers out. Exhale, stretch your finger back, feeling the stretch also perhaps in your hand, maybe even your wrist and your arm. And then index finger, deep breath in. Exhale, stretching your index finger back. Inhale, hold onto your thumb, just the thumb. Exhale, stretch your thumb back. Great. Let's do a bit of side to side movement now. We will come back to the other hand in a moment. Inhale, reach both hands out to the side. Exhale, take your right hand down to the floor, left hand up. Inhale back to the middle, only going as far as feels comfortable. Exhale, going the other way. Left hand down, right hand up. Inhale to the middle. Exhale to your right. Inhale to your middle. Exhale to your left. Let's do one more to either side. Feeling the pause between each movement. And then come back to the middle. And if you're doing something asymmetrical with your legs, change your legs over the other way. Now let's stretch the fingers on your left hand. So spread the fingers out, palm is facing away from the rest of you. Inhale through your nose, hold on to your little finger. Exhale, lightly stretch your little finger back. Inhale, hold on to your ring finger. Exhale, stretching your ring finger back. Inhale, hold on to middle finger. Exhale, stretching your middle finger back. Inhale, index finger. Exhale, stretch your index finger back. Inhale, hold on to your thumb. Pull your thumb to the side. Exhale, stretch your thumb back. Great. Let's do the side to side stretch again. Just feeling the moments between each movement. So those moments of pause as you come to the middle and as you reach the floor. Inhale, arms reach out. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up. Inhale to the middle. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, left. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the right. One more to either side. Spreading your fingers out as you do this. Great. Now let's come on to our hands and knees. And if your knees feel like sore on the floor, if you're on a wooden floor, it might feel better to put a cushion or a blanket underneath your knees. So feel free to do that if you want to, if that would be more comfortable. And then come onto your hands and knees. Let's work first with a pelvic tilt. So just keeping your head level. As you inhale, I want you to relax your belly down and feel for moving your tail upwards. Imagine you have a beautiful tail, like little cat over here, and tilt your tail up. Exhale, imagine tilting your tail down and then pull your belly in and up. As you're doing this, your pelvis is tilting the other way. Great. So inhale, tail up, belly down. Exhale, tail down, belly moves up. Continue that for a few rounds. And if your hands start to feel uncomfortable here, if there's too much pressure on your wrists, you can do this with your forearms on the floor. Focusing on tilting at the base of your spine and in your lower back. Notice the moments of pause in between your inhale and exhale, and in between your exhale and inhale. Then we'll do a few rounds of cat-cow. You could be on your forearms or on your hands, whatever feels most comfortable. And if it feels uncomfortable to move your head in this, keep your head in a position that does not feel stressful or uncomfortable at all. Now just letting the movement travel a little bit more along the spine. So as you inhale, your tail goes up, your belly goes down. And if it feels okay in your head, lift your head, but not if it doesn't. Exhale and reverse all that. Feel or imagine your tail going down. Pull your belly in, push your mid back up. And if it feels okay to relax your head forwards, relax your head forwards. And if it doesn't feel okay to move your head in that way, keep your head in a position that's not stressful. Inhale, reverse all that, tail up, belly relaxes down. Exhale, reverse that, tail up, belly pulls in, mid back presses up. Moving your spine one way and then the other way. Then finish off with that and come to lying on your back. Let's do some simple leg dips now. Have your head resting on the floor, or if your head does not feel comfortable flat on the floor, you could put like a thin cushion underneath your head, something like that. Let's start with both feet on the floor. We'll do two versions of this. One is a little bit simpler, so we'll start with that, and then we'll do one that's a little bit more complicated. And you feel free to stick with the first version if the second one feels too much today. So, deep breath in all the way to your belly. Press your lower back down. Exhale, lift your left foot up so the knee comes up towards your chest. Inhale, foot comes back down to the floor. Push your lower back down towards the floor. Exhale, right foot comes up. Pull your belly down. Inhale, foot down to the floor. Have your feet active. Press lower back down. Exhale, left foot comes up. Inhale, foot to the floor. Push your lower back down towards the floor. Exhale, right foot comes up. Great. Do one more on either side. And then pause for a moment after that round, resting both hands on your belly. Feeling your deep, slow breath and having a pause. Maybe closing your eyes, noticing your internal world. Okay, let's do a slightly more complicated one. So, second one, if you've never done this before, watch me first and feel free to repeat the first thing that we did if this doesn't feel okay. So you'll do this with both feet up off the floor. Inhale and internally rotate your left leg. Push your lower back down. Exhale, bring your left heel down in the direction of the floor. If your back hurts with this, don't go too far, or feel free to repeat the first one. Inhale, leg comes back up. Internally rotate your right leg. Press your lower back down. Exhale, right heel moves down in the direction of the floor. Inhale, leg comes back up. Join in if you want to. Inhale, internally rotate your left leg. Press lower back down. Exhale, left heel moves down just a bit, or maybe you tap the floor. Inhale, leg comes back up. Press lower back down. Internally rotate right leg. Exhale, move your right heel down, pressing lower back down. Inhale, leg comes back up. Do two more rounds, so two more on either side of whatever version of this you want to play with right now. And after those 2 rounds, bring both feet down onto the floor. And then stretch your arms out to the side to do like a T-shaped twist. So with your feet on the floor now, slowly track your knees from one side to the other, just only going as far as feels comfortable. Taking deep breaths all the way down to your belly. Letting yourself slow down a bit. Slow down to a winter pace. Then bring your knees back to the middle. Bring your arms down and then roll on to one side. And then from your side, sit up. And then let's do a few things standing. Great. So come all the way up to standing, nice and slowly. And then we'll do a few, let's do a few just simple yoga, simple standing yoga poses, just to get our arms and legs working a bit. I was kind of tempted to do a session today where we were just sort of lying on the floor, but it is good to have a bit of a stretch out and to do a bit of strengthening work as well. So let's start with Warrior One. Turn so you're facing towards one of the short sides of your yoga mat. And then from here, step your left foot forward and your right foot back. And then bend your left knee. Great. So left foot forward. Lift and spread your toes on both feet. And just let your arms be relaxed for a moment, just really feeling your legs. Whether you've been doing Warrior Ones every day or whether this is the first Warrior One for a while. And then reach your arms forwards. Keep grounding down through your right heel, through your back heel. Okay, relax your arms down and then step one foot forward and the other foot back, changing your legs around. So now you've got your right leg in front with your right knee bent, back leg behind. Your back left foot is sort of pointing to the front left corner of your mat. And you can play here with like lifting and spreading your toes, but the heels and balls of your feet are connected strongly to the floor. Okay, this time let's do like a goalpost position. So bringing your arms kind of like this in Warrior One. So yeah, so your elbows are about level with your shoulders, fingers are spread out, but still being really aware of your feet. Right knee bent, left leg straight. And then relax your arms down. Step one foot forward and one foot back. I want to do like a standing side bend now. For this, if you face one of the long sides of your mat, so face towards one of the long sides, and then step your feet sort of quite wide apart. Well, as wide apart as feels comfortable for you. And then have your feet parallel. So the toes are pointing forwards. Great. Inhale and reach your arms out to the side. Exhale and take your right hand to the side a bit. And then bring your hand down onto the leg. So you're leaning a little bit to your right. Then lower your left arm down a bit. And also relax your head to the side. So you're in a bit of a standing side bend. As you breathe deeply, notice the pauses between your inhale and your exhale. And the pauses between your exhale and your inhale. Okay, inhale and straighten your torso. We'll go the other way. Exhale, reach your arms out to the side again. Inhale, reach your left arm to the side. And then bring that hand down onto the leg. So left hand's on the leg. Right hand just comes down a little bit. So now your torso's leaning over to the left. And your left ear is relaxing towards your left shoulder. Relax your neck and your throat here. Really relaxing the right hand side of your neck. Letting your left ear relax towards your left shoulder. Okay, inhale and straighten your torso and your head. Exhale and heel toe your feet back together. Good. Take your hands on your hips and make some figure of 8 movements. And the more you can, like, as you're doing this, like stick your butt out as well when it goes back. Doing some figure of 8 movements. Great. Next thing is Warrior 2. Facing back towards this long side of your mat, take your feet wide apart again. Fairly wide apart. And then you're going to turn your left foot out 90 degrees. So your left foot turns out 90 degrees, but your right foot, you're going to bring it in a bit. Bring the toes in a bit. And then bend your left knee. And then reach your arms out to the side. This is a pose called Warrior 2. So let's relax our arms. Keep your legs the same though. I want to do some shoulder movements here. Take a deep breath into your upper back. Pause. Take your shoulders up and back. Squeeze the top of your shoulders together. Then exhale and move your shoulders down. I quite like doing that with a sigh. Deep breath in. Relax your upper back. Now squeeze your shoulder blades together in the middle. Sigh and move your shoulder blades down. One more. Deep breath in. This time bend your elbows. Squeeze your elbows in behind your rib cage. Squeeze the lower parts of your shoulder blades together. Then sigh and move them down. Great. Relax your arms and then change your legs around. So now turn your right toes out 90 degrees. Turn your left toes in a little bit and bend your right knee. Coming to typical Warrior 2 position first, just with your arms stretched out. Then relax your arms and we'll do some shoulder shrugs. Inhale, noticing your upper back. Pause, take your shoulders up and back. Squeeze the tops of your shoulders together. Sigh and move your shoulders down. Rinsing out any tension. Deep breath in. Middle shoulder blades squeeze together. Then sigh and move them down. Huge breath in. Squeeze your elbows together behind. Squeeze the lower shoulder blades together. Great. Relax your arms. Turn both feet forward and then heel toe your feet back to the middle. Let's do 3 or 4 like shaky sighs now. You'll breathe in deeply through your nose. Then exhale and shake everything. So inhale through your nose. Exhale, shake everything. Shake your arms, your legs, your middle, your head. Do 2 more in your own time. Great. Let's do a balance pose now. So let's work with tree. If you are feeling quite wobbly on your feet, I suggest being close to a wall or something where you can support yourself with a hand on the wall. Not so much support yourself, but just have the wall there in case you feel wobbly. So let's start this standing on your right leg, and then bring your left foot either onto your ankle or onto your shin, or maybe onto your thigh. Oh, I can't do that today. So finding a place for your foot to rest on your leg. Your left knee is going out to the side. And then you could keep your hands on your hips or have a hand on the wall. Or reach your arms out and turn your palms up. Breathing deeply as you balance. Finding your balance in the middle of the chaos of this world. Okay, great. Let's change to the other side. So now, standing on your left foot, bring your right foot onto your ankle or your shin or your thigh. Hands on hips or hands reaching out to the side. Deep breaths, helping you to find your stillness. Okay, then come back to standing on both feet. Feeling the balance of now your weight being in both feet, both legs. For this next pose, we'll do downward facing dog with hands on the wall. So you'll need a wall or a door or something to put your hands on. So you find a door or something and then place your hands probably a little bit lower than chest height. Hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. And then you'll walk your feet back so that your feet are underneath your hips. So not back, not forwards. Have your feet right underneath your hips. And then you're pressing your hands into the wall. Now, if taking your head down doesn't feel comfortable, keep your head at an angle that does feel okay. Otherwise, you could relax your neck if that didn't make you feel dizzy or uncomfortable. Press all 10 fingers into the wall. And as you do that, stretch your hips away from the wall. Now try this with your knees a bit bent. Feel if you can stretch your hips further away from the wall. Then to come out, walk your feet towards your wall and stand up. And then come to sitting on the floor again. Sitting down on the floor. And if it feels more comfortable to sit on a cushion or a block, do feel free to sit on a cushion or a block. And let's do a bit of a twist now. Straighten out your right leg and have your left knee pointing up towards the ceiling. So your left leg straight, right leg straight, left knee pointing up towards the ceiling. Then hold on to this bent knee with your right hand. So your right hand's on your left knee. And then take your left hand behind you. So you're in a twist. Now there's some temptation just to do this twist with your head. I actually want you to move your whole rib cage. Inhale and lift your whole rib cage up. Exhale, rotate your whole rib cage around. So your rib cage is pointing towards the side, and maybe your head's rotating a little bit too. Inhale until you're full. Exhale until you're empty. Okay, slowly untwist. Before we go to the other side, we'll do a forward bend. Let this bent knee come out to the side now. Have your foot in next to the thigh or the shin. And then we'll do a forward bend. Inhale, lift your rib cage and the crown of your head up. Exhale, tilt forwards from your hips. Take both hands onto your leg or onto the floor. So you can do this with your chest and head quite lifted up. That's fine. Or if you want to round your spine and relax your head, you could. I always think there's an opportunity here to breathe into one's back body. Feel if you can connect your breath with your back ribs. Okay, inhale and sit all the way back up. Exhale, change your legs over. Have your left leg straight and your right leg bent. Doing this first, we'll do the twist first, so have your right knee pointing up towards the ceiling. Take your left hand onto your right knee. Inhale, grow your spine long. Exhale, rotate around to your right, taking your right hand behind you, coming into this twist. With a sense of your rib cage moving, it's not just your neck. Breathing deeply. Okay, and twist. Second thing was the forward bend. Let your right knee drop to the side now. Have your foot in against the thigh or the shin. Inhale, lift your ribs, lift your chest up first so your back's long. Exhale, fold from your hips. That might not be that far. That's fine. And then bring your hands onto your leg or onto the floor. Either keeping your chest and head lifted or relaxing and rounding your back if that feels okay. Connecting your breath with your back body. And then sit all the way back up. And now it's time for a bit of a pause and some stillness. So at the end of every yoga class, we usually rest down on the floor. Typically, that's resting on one's back. If it feels comfortable, if it's not comfortable for you to lie totally flat and you need something underneath your head, then feel free to put a cushion or blanket or something under your head. And if where you are is cool, another blanket is great for sort of wrapping yourself up. Some people feel comfortable lying with their legs straight. Other people feel more comfortable in their back with knees bent. So it's up to you. And then have your arms resting on the floor with the palms facing up. And it's really useful to have a time in stillness. Time for your nervous system to rest and relax. Time for your whole body to rest and relax. Relaxing your arms. Relaxing your legs. Relaxing your head. Relaxing your middle. Just everything slowing down in that moment of pause, that moment of the winter solstice. Letting yourself rest for a couple of minutes. Take some slow, deep breaths. Noticing if you've managed to slow down at all over the last 30, 40 minutes or so. And then wriggle your toes and your fingers. Have a bit of a stretch and a move. Have a wriggle around on your yoga mat. And then roll all the way onto one side. And from your side, sit up. Coming back to awakeness. So thank you so much for joining me for this seasonal winter equinox themed practice. Do send me a message, let me know how you got on with it. I'm doing, as some of you know, I'm doing a slightly different flavour of my yoga membership this coming year. So some of you might be doing that already, some of you might not know about it, so feel free to drop a comment or to send me a message and ask about that. It's a great way to access. You get a couple of Zoom classes every week, on Tuesdays at Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6, or if you're in Bethesda, there's an in-person class at 6 on Tuesdays, and also you get access to my virtual yoga vault, which is full of lots of lovely recorded videos.